So, it's no secret that I love me some Persona. It's easily my favorite JRPG franchise and quite possibly my favorite game series in general. Now, that's not to say I love every game in the series or will pretend it's flawless, but in general, few games can keep me coming back again and again and again like this. And honestly, I don't think it's any surprise that I tend to trust Atlus as a developer. Thing is, when Persona Q2 was initially announced, I was just kinda indifferent towards it. That's not to say that I thought it would be bad. It simply was the type of game that I figured I would pick up after the price went down or something. At the time of this writing, I haven't actually finished the first Persona Q, but I do own it, and my personal feelings on it are, it's basically okay. The dungeons tend to drag on a bit, the fighting never reaches that speedy intensity the modern mainline entries do, and the characterization is pretty heavily flanderized for a lot of the characters. That being said, I do like the story. It looks pretty visually, even if I'm not the biggest fan of the art style. I'm kinda mixed on it. Rei is a fun character, and hot damn that soundtrack! But of course, it's a new Persona game, and of course I wanted to see the first glimpse of it. The reveal commercial looked decent enough. Gameplay looked more visually interesting from the tiny taste we got, but most of the reveal was just animated cutscenes. We have a mysterious new girl who apparently likes to watch movies, we've got C's back for more, and we seem to have the investigation team fighting against the Phantom Thieves. Not much to go on, and it does look a little interesting, but for me, I don't think there's really anything there that makes me go, I need to buy this now. So I think I'll just wait until the price drops, or I hear it's really great, or... Wait, what's this?
I've been waiting for this!
Oh yes, if you haven't heard it by now, Persona 3 Portable's little female protagonist has made a comeback, and in a big way. And holy crap, I am hyped. Here's the thing, P3P was my first Persona game, and I did indeed play as the FeMC, and I'm so glad I did. I adored this character as my favorite Persona protagonist right up until P5 came out and Joker did what he does and stole everyone's heart. For the record, my next favorite is actually P1's protagonist. I knew she was non-canon, or if you go by the Amolin Network timeline thing, then I knew she at least wasn't canon to the primary timeline. And I'm okay with that. But I was always disappointed they wouldn't give much in the way of a shout-out to her, not even in the dancing spin-offs that don't even have a story. You can't even complain about the canon thing there, unless you're trying to tell me Miku friggin' Hatsune is a Persona character now. When the FeMC didn't show up even as DLC for Dancing Moon Knight, I was a bit disappointed. I'm glad to see they threw Labris in there as she's my favorite non-protagonist character, but I was still a bit disheartened that the female protagonist wasn't even allowed that much, and I assumed Atlus was done with her completely and wouldn't even acknowledge her as non-canon DLC. As usual, the guys over at Atlus proceeded to laugh in my face and go, "Surprise, bitch!" And I love them for it. I would have been happy just seeing this character as a DLC with no story or anything, and they went the extra mile and are throwing her prominently into Persona Q2. So, good job guys, you got my pre-order. No snark, irony, or anything there. I've been saying, maybe not on the channel, but plenty at home, that if they included her in something, even as DLC, I would buy it. It's not about wanting a female option in all the games, or even wanting this one character to be canon. Those things would be nice, certainly, but they aren't a necessity. Her being in Persona Q2 at all was a pleasant surprise, and I don't even know what her role is. Is she just a party member? A main protagonist? I don't know, but I'm elated to see this character again. So yes, I'm going to be ridiculous and buy this game right out of the gate just for this character once it hits the US. Now, outside of me fanboying over the female protagonist, the game itself looks fine. Just a couple days after the commercial was shown, they tossed a slightly longer trailer for the game on the net. And it seems like they're trying to make the game a bit more visually appealing from what I can tell, but there really isn't a lot to go by. I'm of course happy to see C's, the investigation team, and the Phantom Thieves again, but I'm really hoping they tone down the goofiness this time. I have zero concerns about the soundtrack. Shoji Meguro is a goddamn musical wizard and never fails to impress. And the music we've heard in the commercial and the trailer sounds fantastic as always. The new characters for the game, Nagi and Hikari, look great as well, and Q's original characters, Rei and Zen, were both fairly likable. So as minor as it is really in the long run, the game did go from mildly interesting to I want that! Just because of that one character reveal. I'm so curious as to how they're going to explain it, how she'll interact with the other characters, etc. And I have no doubt that I'm going to find plenty of other things to enjoy about the game. In the meantime, I should definitely finish the first Persona Q. I've been putting that off for a while now, and even though it's obvious how it's going to end, I'm still looking forward to see how it plays out. Plus, even if it winds up not tying into the sequel much, I'll still feel like it was good to get through it beforehand. Now, if Atlas would just give us some information on Project Re-Fantasy, I want to throw money at that too, guys! Thank you guys so much for watching. Were you as shocked to see the FeMC come back like that as I was? If you need to fill up some time before the inevitably long wait for the English release of the game, why not check out some of my other videos? That was a natural segue, right?